Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dig through the corporate jungle just to tell you what the whispers from the SEC filings actually mean. Today we are looking at Penn Bancorp Incorporated, and boy do they have some executive compensation news for us. So Penn Bancorp Incorporated, a company you might have heard of if you are in Pennsylvania or follow regional banking, dropped a Form 8K on the 24th of October 2025. This isn't your typical quarterly report full of spreadsheets. Instead, it is a very specific announcement about some new agreements with their president and CEO, Rory G. Retrieve. The main story here is about two new agreements, a split dollar agreement and a supplemental executive retirement plan, or SERP, for Mr. Retrieve. Now, these names might sound a bit complex, so let's break them down. When companies talk about split dollar agreements and SERPs, they're usually talking about executive compensation and benefits, often with a focus on life insurance and retirement. First up, the split dollar agreement. Think of this as a way the bank is helping to provide a death benefit to Mr. Retrieve's chosen beneficiaries. The bank owns life insurance policies on him. If he passes away while still employed by the bank, his beneficiaries get a payment. What they get is the lesser of a specific amount tied to the policy and a calculated value based on what the bank has paid in premiums and the policy's cash value. It is designed to be a financial safety net for his family. Tied to his employment, the agreement itself ends when he leaves the bank. Then there is the 2025 Supplemental Executive Retirement Plan Agreement, or the 2025 SERP. This is an addition to an existing retirement plan agreement Mr. Retrieve already has from 2022. This new agreement outlines how he will receive a fixed cash benefit upon retirement or other specific circumstances. The payments will be monthly and will last for 15 years. This benefit kicks in either when he separates from the bank after reaching normal retirement age, which is set at 73, or if he gets early termination from the bank, or if he leaves for specific reasons. It also applies if there is a change in control of the bank and he leaves within 2 years. Now, let's talk numbers on the retirement plan. After he reaches age 73, he is set to receive an annual benefit of $404,480. This benefit vests, meaning he earns the right to it over the next 10 years, and get this, it will increase by 2.0% each year after it is fully vested. This is a pretty significant benefit package, common for top executives aimed at retaining them and rewarding their service. The plan also has provisions for what happens in case of a change in control, early termination, or disability, and importantly, it includes non-competition and non-solicitation clauses. If he breaches these, he could forfeit unpaid benefits. These documents, the split dollar agreement and the SERP, are filed as exhibits to this report, attached as Exhibit 10.1 and 10.2. These are the actual legal agreements that lay out all the specifics, and who signed off on this report, none other than Rory G. Retrieve himself as President and Chief Executive Officer on the 24th of October 2025. This shows the importance and the direct involvement of the Executive Committee in these types of agreements. So, let's zoom out a bit. What does this report tell us about Penn Bancorp? On the surface, it is about executive compensation and ensuring their top leader is incentivized and secure. For an executive at his level, these types of agreements are pretty standard to ensure loyalty and provide a substantial long-term reward. The SERP especially aims to provide a predictable income stream after a long career. The split dollar agreement is more about providing a death benefit for his beneficiaries, a common perk in enhanced executive packages. However, from an investor's perspective, these kinds of agreements, while standard, do represent a significant financial commitment from the company. You usually want to see these compensation packages clearly tied to the company's performance or long-term strategic goals. Here, the details are more about providing security and reward for past and future service. The non-compete and non-solicit clauses are key for the company to protect its interests after Mr. Retrieve potentially moves on. Looking at the bigger picture for Penn Bancorp, they are a regional bank. Their strategy often involves strong community ties and personalized service. Agreements like these signal that they are committed to retaining top talent, which is crucial in a competitive banking landscape. The fact that they are elaborating on these SERP details suggests a focus on long-term executive stability. While we don't have the full financials in this particular filing, which would normally be a huge part of our analysis on a 10K or 10Q, this 8K is all about the human capital, specifically the leadership. So, what is my take on this? Penn Bancorp is certainly making a significant commitment to its CEO. The retirement and death benefit package is substantial. This move suggests they view Mr. Retrieve as a critical asset and are willing to invest in retaining him for the long haul. The key risks here would be if the company's performance does not justify such high executive compensation, or if there are any unforeseen issues with the execution of these agreements. For the average shareholder, it is good to know the company is trying to keep its leaders happy and stable. But it's always worth keeping an eye on how these executive benefits align with overall shareholder value and company performance in their more detailed financial reports. Alright, that is our deep dive into Penn Bancorp's latest filing. What is your take on these executive compensation packages and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think these benefits are justified? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and be sure to subscribe for more straightforward breakdowns of corporate filings. Don't forget to check out our Discord community, linked in the description for more behind the scenes discussions. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on Corporate Decoder.